What's up, everybody? That's right, it's me, the Lazy Farmer. My name is H. How y'all doing today? Hey, Mike, what's going on? Yep, got made my cup of coffee, and literally with about 10 seconds left of the intro, there was a massive clap of thunder, like directly overhead, to the point it shook the house. Oh, that's a rarity in this part, and it is pouring down rain. I'm gonna open my window up so I can hear it if it is. Because that means I might have to, if we get any more of that, just to protect the equipment, I might have to shut the stream down. But I don't want to. I'm going to hang. I know with California, it's against the law to rain. So somebody's filing a class action suit now as we speak. Hope everybody's doing great. All right, so let's go over some things here. I have. Wow, there's another one. She is talking. This storm that's coming in is absolutely talking. And the animals are going crazy. I love this kind of weather. Oh my goodness. All right. So I am in my Discord. I'm in my little streaming channel. So you guys, if you come into Discord, you're not going to see me. That's right. I'm hiding from you. Anyway, and what are we doing today? So we're looking at, I got an old Seaboard system sitting here. This is the RIP Repair in Place, RIP, and Shop Tracks here in Selkirk. So, I don't know, something a little bit different. Nothing too outrageous. We're just going to be sorting some cars into the RIP tracks, into the, into the shop track here. That's what, and I ended up putting I've got this, hang on a second here. There we go. Now we got, okay. So I've got this shoving platform, aka caboose, sitting down here. And I actually even tagged it. Let's get the tags up so you guys can see it. Rip shop, do not move. So this is actually at the end. This track here, I mean, you can't tell by the snow, but this track stops like right here. So that's why that shoving platform's sitting there. Rip. There's another one. Oh, I love this weather. Anyway, so this is the shop track here. This is the repair and place track here. But I want to point out something. These cars came in a supply train, so I need to. I've got a note to fix this. The Y224s and the Y190. Those cars, honestly, would not be loaded. They would go somewhere, whether the train crews noticed a problem with them as they were delivering them to an industry, or an industry noticed a problem and reported it. The cars themselves would actually be emptied and then sent to the RIP track. And I've got two. I've got one in Selkirk and I've got one in DeWitt. So I've got a notice here. I'm using little post-it notes, a little post-it note app that comes with Windows, to actually look at the Y224. And then the other thing, I'm going to have to see if I can create or add to, not have to create, I know I can, if I got the room and the track, to dedicate a track right in here in the bowl for RIP shop for either of those two locations. And I mean, I just have them all combined. But the other thing I pointed out too is I'm not going to let the RIP and shop cars come in on a supply train. Honestly, I've got way too many. And then the other thing too, down here at the end, I got Selkirk sand, Y224. Now that makes sense. Selkirk sand, Selkirk fuel. Okay, that one makes sense to me. That should have come in, get sorted out, and then I can bring it over and park it over. Wow. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Oh, that shook the house again too. Like I said, we don't get these. Last place I heard thunder like this was about a decade or so ago in Ohio. Wow. And if it's enough to knock the power out, because we're not used to this kind of stuff. So, like I said, if it keeps going, I may have to bring the stream to an end early, and unplug the equipment just to make it thing. But I'm looking at, if I remember correctly, I have these two. I've got this fuel station here and this one over here. If I remember correctly, and I can find out right now. Right control F8. Yeah, Selkirk fuel. So fuel tanks go here, sand goes here. That's where it's unloading. Um, it's different on the map that the Depot Plus has out, but right now, this one kind of sort of made sense to me. You know, except for the fuel, maybe could have been on this side closer to the tanks. But I don't particularly see a place that would actually be able, for fuel or sand. But anyway, I digress. There it is. That's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. I'm going to stick to it. So, and I started doing this when I started. I was just having fun. I was going to trim some of these cars out of the bowl, get ready to start shoving more cars. And what started that, if you remember my last stream, let's turn these off. I don't need this on anymore. And you saw me in the intro kind of looking around to see where things are. But right down here, the M001-20, that's today, that was the M052. That was sitting in Finger Lakes, waiting to come in. And so if we go up here and go into Finger Lakes, so it was the train. I wanted to run a local. So that was the train that was sitting right here, and the local I wanted to run had to come down this track. So I had to deal with this train here, which means that I had to go through and configure the 3 tracks in Finger Lakes, which I did. So I'll show you that. And what I've done is, and hopefully I got it right. If not, I can reverse it. It's not that hard. Norfolk Southern, Norfolk Southern Finger Lake interchange, loaded cars coming in. These are empty cars coming in. So I think I might have had this backwards, but as it is, these are for industries that produce empties. So empty cars come in, they stay empty, and then they'll get re-tagged from the M052, which is what Handkerchief sends me. When he sends me the file, all the cars are tagged M052. Well, they get re-tagged, well, it's M052E for an empty car. And so I think I might have, actually, now I'm looking at this, I might have gotten it reversed. It's all right, I can fix it. It's no big deal. So, and the same thing, I have M052L. So these are loaded cars, loads. So these are, loads. So these, I do have it backwards. These should be going to industries that produce empties. And then the other ones are produced. So I do have it backwards now as I'm talking it out to you guys. But it works. It re-tagged all the cars. And if we go find the train, let's go see where she's at. She's right here. So we're going to go. She's coming from this direction. Let me see. No. That's the spur. So she should be coming from this direction. Let's see if I'm right. I always get confused. I get turned around. There she is. Got a pig going away, but here's the MO1-2AI'd. Whoa! And you can see all the cars are tagged. Local and industries for tags. So, but I think I might have this backwards. And in fact, I can tell you right now, I know I do, because these two maps call for a lot more loads than they do empty cars. So, but it worked. I mean, it doesn't change. It didn't change them. Here's the Y224 shop. That's because Handkerchief can't fix his own cars. He's got to send them to me to fix. What's up, Bob? How you doing? Are you getting any of this thunder and lightning up in your neck of the woods? She's talking down here. So anyway, this train, the M001, is actually heading for Selkirk, as we say right now. So other than that, let's go back and I want to transport back to my train. There we are. So we're going to get to work. We'll wait for her to come in, and then I'll have to figure out if I need to, like, just change out loads or whatever. But, and if I need to, I can always bring the file back in and just change out. I mean, changing out the actual configuration for the industries, no, it's really easy. So anything that comes in MO52E would be an empty car. That car should be empty. It will stay empty, and it'll go to cars that are produced loads. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, so we've got some cars here that need to be going to the rip track. We got a rip track here, and shop track. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill these up, and then we'll go find out. That shouldn't take too long. And we'll go ahead and do what we can do. See what else what other shenanigans we can get into. All right, let's see what we got. I'm looking, nothing here. All right, back to my channel. All right. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I have the TheLazyFarmer server sitting here. I'm looking at it. It's powered on. The only thing I don't have is I haven't launched the server yet. And I'm like, the only thing that's really holding me up from doing that is I need, can I go? Oh, how about if I put it in forward first, put the reverser in forward. There we go. So I just need a mouse and a keyboard. So I was pulling the mouse and the key. I pulled the mouse and the keyboard off of here, off of this computer, just to see if it would work. It worked, and I put it back. Oh, I see Medic Matt's online. All right, so I just sent Medic Matt. Just rain so far? Yeah, no, she's talking down here. It's pouring down rain, but yeah, it just, in fact, right, I mean, like literally. Oh, thank you. I'm looking right at it and I didn't even see it. There we go. You know, I added another monitor to my setup, and I'm still. Hey, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. It's a nice sunny day with snow on the ground out here in New York. Other than that, casual day. Got softball practice in today before the rain started. We have scrimmage tomorrow. Who knows when I'll get back because our varsity field is soaked. So it's going to be one of those things. Everybody's going to have to play on the JV field. So we'll get JV done first, and then we'll get varsity done last. All right, off the ground here. Is that picture better? Right, so I've got shop, which, like I said, these should have been emptied. But we're just going to let them process normally, see what it does. If I have to empty them, I'll empty them. All right, let's see. Train. I'm going to turn off air. Angle cocks. So my F7, it just connects the air hoses. It doesn't air them up and does not change the angle cock. So I need to run down here and look at this one. Close that off. So we have a rip, and 3 shop. That's going to be an easy one. An auto part boxcar, bulkhead flat. The last 2 will go down the rip track. We're just going to start pushing them down. We're not going to kick. We're not going to do any of that stuff. And I probably have more cars here. Whoa, get out of the locomotive. Than what's going to fit. But we need to start processing them. All right, let's go. Whoops. And I think I forgot to set that angle cock to full to open. That's all right. We're not moving that many. You want to stop? I know you got downhill down there, but Pete's sake, slow down. Hit the brakes and she wasn't stopping. All right, we're going to come down here. And the first 2 were rip. Okay, so the first 2 are rip. So we're going to come down here then. That one's right. And we'll load this one up here. Okay. And then the other rip track is this one over here. All right, that'll work. I can have my lunch while I'm waiting for this guy to back up. Took it up to notch 4, get him moving. About 6 miles an hour right now, just about where I want him. Okay, rip. I got room on the other side. We'll just cross over right there at the coupler. It was pushed back a little bit more. All right. So that one back just a tad bit more here. This is going to be a short video, guys. It really is a short stream. I've got, still talking outside. That stuff makes me nervous. All right, let's go ahead and close that off. All right, and we'll go ahead and pull forward. All right. Oh, too soon. Too soon. All right, we're going to push these all the way down. That's something else I need to fix. Well, not fix, but well, kind of, sort of. Over there, this locomotive right there is actually tied to a whole bunch of cars for the Selkirk Auto Terminal. and somebody that was on the server last didn't finish the job. They got sidetracked. I think you're right too, Bob. I'm just sitting here looking at this, and it seems like the shop would be inside, and I look at all the toolboxes and everything. So I might have to change that as well too. You're not wrong. In fact, I almost want to take and make this shop and make both of these tracks rip with this over here as a storage yard for the locomotive, or a storage track for the locomotive. You know what? I think we're going to do that. We'll process these cars as they are, but I will change it. This will be the rip. This will be the shop track here. This will be rip over here. And this will just be a place to park the locomotive. Or overflow. Something along those lines. We'll get it figured out, get it sorted. But this is, like I said, this is part of the configuration from the Depot Plus. So, all right, let's go ahead and apply that. Apply that. Here we go. And I'm hearing more. All right, I'm gonna call it because this is still, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yeah, she's still talking outside. Yeah, and this is, I think I'm gonna calling the stream. There we go. Boom. Calling the stream on the count of thunder and lightning. At least I got, 30 minutes in. So this will process. I'll put a note on there so I don't want to waste anybody's time. But it's actually, this is a great opportunity for me to fix this as well, too. And I got some other things I need to fix, but I'm going to have to do that later. So anyway, guys, I will catch you later. Unfortunately, due to an act of God, I'm going to bring this to a stop. So I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Real quick closing scenes, and then we're out. Have a good one. See you later, Mike. Sorry.